live this morning on KFMK in Houston.
Over 8,000 people right here in my backyard. H-Town, baby. And so now it's time for us to accelerate and to put your dreams in motion. All that we're gonna do in 2020 starts right now. We're gonna put them in motion. 1, 2, 3.
We barely scratched the scratch of the surface. But there's so much more that we can do with IGO, and we're gonna do it.
U stands for something. Loyalty. Unity. And edification.
Yeah, I accelerated. I'm going fast now. You know they don't want these. I feel like a cash cow. Stack it up. I put all my money in Teslas. They tryna catch up, but ain't fast enough. We don't win, it's unanimous. Alright, threw a boomerang and threw the plane. We're somewhere it never rains. Yeah, we
So therefore I, Sylvester Turner, Mayor of the City of Houston, one who even as the mayor of the 4th largest city in the United States, I'm inspired by what you do. Therefore I proclaim this day, February 23rd, 2020, as Earlene and Holton Bugs Day.
Yeah, foot on the gas and I'm going fast. I accelerated, 200 and it's on the dash. I accelerated, always first, never coming last. I accelerated, take flight, yeah, first class. I accelerated. You know what?
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, people on this Zoom and Facebook Live from all over the world. Literally right now, we have four continents represented. That is very exciting. My name is Peter Hirsch. I'm the Chief Giving Officer of the Boom Foundation and a proud blue diamond with iBoomerang. And I have been in this industry of direct selling, check this out, for 28 years, going on 29 really soon, 28 years. My first year, I want you to hear me, my first year, this is why you should pay attention. My first year in network marketing was $70,000 in debt. I did everything wrong. If there was something you could do wrong, I found it, I owned it, I made it my own. But I learned some really important lessons. You know what I learned? I learned that products don't make anybody wealthy. And compensation plans don't make anybody wealthy. But here's what does: vision and leadership. Especially when we're living through trying times globally as we are right now, this is the time where leadership matters most. And it's why we are so fortunate at iBoomerang to have as our CEO and visionary Holton Bugs. You can hear more about Holton, Mr. Bugs, in a bit, but let me share this with you. Aside from the fact that he's created the largest income from any single position in the history of network marketing, for the sake of this Zoom and Facebook Live, there's something much more important. Where Mr. Bugs excels more than any other area is the ability to create an environment where anybody who chooses to can start to think bigger, act bigger, talk bigger, and therefore get bigger results than they have ever thought possible. Now, for that reason, we're going to talk about some numbers tonight. So it's important you understand that iBoomerang is not making any income claims. We're not making any guarantees. Your results will be directly proportionate to how hard you work. So let's begin. Friends, would you agree that everything around us over the last 60 years has changed? The entire world has changed, and yet network marketing seems to be stuck in Groundhog Day. It's the same thing over and over. Well, it's time for network marketing to evolve. Is not iBoomerang to capitalize on fear? That we support you and we love you and we honor you, and to iBoomerang, and I hope to everyone on this Zoom and Facebook Live, compassion and kindness rules the day. Everyone realizes it's the time that the world needs a plan B, right? Everyone should be open to a plan B that sometimes has to become a plan A, right? We start by creating a first-class consumer experience. Customers have been the big myth for 60 years, and yet you're going to see how iBoomerang has created in its first year over 500,000 customers. Why are we able to do that? Because, and you're going to see how also, we've created success without selling for ambassadors. You know, the DSA is the trade organization for the network marketing organization. It stands for the Direct Selling Association. I got to tell you, I wish they would change the name, keep the initials, but what it should be is the Direct Sharing Association. Because let's face it, we're great about sharing things we love, but who wants to sell? And really, nobody even wants to buy. So, and certainly nobody wants to be sold, right? Sharing is what we're good at. So what we're doing with iBoomerang is taking network marketing out of the taxi cab era where customers pay more. I want you to think about that. Historically, the average customer in this industry lasts 78 days. Why? Because they're paying more than they can get the same product elsewhere. When I started in this industry, the first product I sold was a water filter. And the base model was $120, and yet virtually an identical water filter was available at Walmart for less than a third of the price. When we would bring this to the attention of the owners or top leaders, you know what they'd say? Walmart's not going to send you a check. Can I tell you something? I get it. I understand that philosophy. And that philosophy may have worked when the competition was other network marketing companies. Friends, today the competition is no longer other network marketing companies. Today the competition is Amazon, and the competition is eBay. And marking up products 8 to 12 times just to satisfy a compensation plan, that will not work in today's era of savvy consumers and the regulatory environment we are living in. Those days are coming to an end. See, that led to a constant churn of customers. And when there was a constant churn of customers, that led to a constant churn of distributors. And it was networking Darwinism, survival of the networking fittest, only the strong recruiters win. That was the taxi cab era. We are taking it into the modern era where, check this out, we earn when customers save. Now that's a radical statement. This was the genius right here of Mr. Holton Buggs, coming up with the concept of monetizing savings. Write those two words down, monetizing savings. That is the disrupting element in today's network marketing. What iBoomerang is doing through the genius of Holton Buggs is monetizing savings. And we are using technology to help ambassadors succeed. I'm going to get to that in a moment. Little more on Mr. Holton Buggs. He understands every aspect of where we've been. Why? Because his first 7 years, he never earned more than $500 a month. And then after creating a system to help ambassadors, distributors at the time really make it and achieve success, achieve their dreams, he went on to create the largest income from any single position in the history of network marketing. What that means is he knows everything, how we all function from the lowest to the top, and founded iBoomerang just a year ago. He's also brought on the top of the top in terms of a leadership team. I am not going to go through every name on this screen. What I want you to understand is what you're looking at now, what you're seeing on this Zoom or Facebook Live, what you're seeing, this leadership team represents over 150 years of top level, the highest level of achievement and success in both the network marketing and travel industries. Holton Buggs has assembled the top of the top. So, how are we going to bring this vision of monetizing savings, of having people earn while customers save? How are we going to bring this vision to the world? Well, it starts with the PRIB. PRIB is short for Perpetual Residual Income Builder. Perpetual, ongoing. Residual, you do it once and it lasts. Perpetual Residual Income Builder. Amazon has Alexa. Apple has Siri. iBoomerang has the PRIB. Through a combination of data analytics. Now just think about those two words. In network marketing, we are a data-driven decision-making company. Now, that statement alone should shock you because it hasn't existed in this industry. The PRIB combines data analytics with artificial intelligence, machine learning, through the power of world-class people power. You know what's important about that? You're going to hear a lot of companies say, we're high tech. We're high tech. I want you to hear me. High tech without high touch is high disaster. What we're doing at iBoomerang is marrying high tech with high touch through the PRIB. So how can the PRIB support you? Well, with your customers, let's face it, we're not good at selling. We don't want to sell. So the PRIB, once we share our incredible services, which you're going to see what we start with, the PRIB is going to follow up. The PRIB is going to upsell, going to do all that with your customers. And when you have new ambassadors join your team, and your entire team of ambassadors, the PRIB is going to welcome them. The PRIB is going to go through their training and orientation. The PRIB is going to tell them about the power of events and when our events are. The PRIB is going to help you with retention. The PRIB is going to do for our ambassadors what we have all struggled to do for ourselves in direct selling. So, what's the front door? How do we get into the PRIB? It's through our iGo wholesale travel booking platform. This iGo platform, it's a wholesale travel booking platform. iGo is short for iGo for less. And check this out. In just 12 months, over 500,000 customers have walked through the front door, entering the PRIB through our iGo wholesale travel booking platform. And I want you to think about that. Isn't that an exciting way to start the conversation. And I get it. You know, I understand that people in today's environment with the virus that's all over the world, people are struggling talking about travel. I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday. And since that time, by the way, this has gone on probably 20 times, where people are genuinely concerned. They're worried. And isn't it awesome to offer hope? You know what I said to somebody? When this madness ends, as it surely will we get by? Not only will we get by, we'll survive and we will thrive. It's going to end. Sun's going to rise, sun's going to set. But when it does, when life resumes back to normal, where do you want to go on vacation? Where do you want to take your family? And that one statement started people thinking. As a matter of fact, start loading up the chat. I want to see, what are some of the places you want to go when life gets back to normal? I'll tell you, we already booked a luxury, I mean luxury villa in the Riviera Maya. I want to see, where do some of you want to go as life starts returning to normal? Oh man, this is awesome. I see, okay, a lot of you want to join me in Cancun. I love that. And we can have a ton of fun together. Oh, look at this. Our friends from Hawaii want to go on a long cruise, not any cruise, but a long cruise. Can I tell you something? Cruising is going to come back bigger than ever. And you want to know a little secret? The deals right now are better than ever. And you book now, you get to keep your price for later. We don't have to talk about Singapore, Australia, Bora Bora, London. Look at this. We're offering people hope. And that's the front door of the Prib. Why? Because travel is an $8 trillion industry that every single time there has been a downturn in the economy, whether it was caused by something like this horrible virus, or whether it's been caused by a crash in the stock market, whatever it's been caused by, travel, when it comes back, thrives. It booms because we are offering people hope. Now, here's the thing. See, there's a secret in the travel industry that the big boys don't want you to know, because they know that when you know their secret, your personal world of travel changes forever. So I'm going to share it with you right now. Here it is. We know, but before you book your dream vacation or bucket list trip, what do we know? We know on average you're checking 10 to 20 websites and you're saving around 1%. Why is that? Because you think you're checking 10 to 20 websites, but you're really checking 2, because all those companies are owned by one of 2 companies. Booking Holdings doesn't just own Booking.com, but they also own Agoda.com and Priceline and Kayak. And on the other side, Expedia doesn't just own Expedia, but they own Travelocity and Orbitz and Hotels.com and Hotwire and Trivago. See, you think you're searching all these companies, but you're searching 2 different color schemes, different language to appeal to different demographics. But it's 2 companies. And when you're searching public prices, see, there's no way you're going to get the best deal. So how do we get around price parity, which simply means that all prices facing the public have to be within a small percentage of each other? How do we get around that? By creating a membership only site that offers behind the curtain pricing, where we pass the savings on to you. Let me just give you some examples of what you'll find on your iGo platform, short for iGo for less. Check this out. This New York City 4.5-star hotel on Expedia, $339 a night, but on iGo, $178 a night, saving you $161 a night. Can I tell you something? New York City is going to come back bigger and badder than ever. I know we got a bunch of New Yorkers on the line. Let me see you heart this. Let me see you New York strong. I know New York is going to boom, right? Now, let's say you want to go across the Atlantic Ocean to Paris, France. This 4-star hotel in Travelocity, $440 a night, but the same hotel, same dates, same room, $130 a night on iGo, saving you $310 a night. Are you going to Paris for a night? No, you're going to Paris for a week, which means that one vacation is going to save you over $2,000. Now, we believe at iBoomerang in getting out of debt. So I want to encourage you, save some of that savings. But maybe you can compromise, right? Maybe there's some red bottom shoes, maybe some Louis in your future. Please save some of it. You're going to see in just a moment that we are more than hotels. We have savings in so many areas of lifestyle. When we first launched this about 12 months ago, we invited some people to use it and share their stories. And you're seeing 3 of them on your screen right now. But since then, we've had thousands and thousands and thousands of people share their stories. So I just, rather than reading these, I'm going to share with you my own. So our youngest daughter wants to be a photographer. And she actually wants to have one of her photos on the cover of National Geographic. So last spring break, we surprised her. And we took this incredible trip to Peru, starting in Lima, to Cusco, through the Sacred Valley, up to Machu Picchu, and did it up. I mean, the top of the line JW Marriott's. And we had private tours the whole time, not group excursions, but private, just for the family. We booked the entire vacation on our iGo platform. And check this out. That one 8-day vacation saved us over $1,500. Boom. Now, I want to manage expectations. Is that going to happen every time? Of course not. Karen and I had to be at the corporate office a few months ago. One night in Houston, we normally pay, or we normally see that hotel at $171. We got it for $71, saved for that one night, $100. We had to be in Atlanta recently. On that one night, we saved $8. Can I tell you something? I'll take it. We have so much more than just hotels. iBoomerang is about being your 5-star lifestyle at 3-star prices. Who doesn't want 5-star lifestyle at 3-star prices? Do you? I know I do. So yes, you saw some of our hotels examples, rent-a-cars all over the world. That's powerful. Cruises, listen to me. I'm telling you, cruises are going to come back, and you are going to see they're going to come back bigger than ever. Now, flights. We have flights on the platform, more of a convenience. There really aren't discounts on flights, although we're seeing more and more. We have homes, luxury, curated homes, tens of thousands of them. Now, weekly stays. Got to spend a minute on weekly stays. We have weekly stays that you would think are the price for the person for the night. We often, just to dream, Karen and I actually get on the iGo platform just to build our dreamer, you know? And we were looking at the weekly stays. We saw a week at a 5-star resort in the Riviera Maya. And the price I'm going to tell you, it wasn't for the person and it wasn't for the night, but it was $249 for the week. There are so many benefits to the iGo platform. I mean, all sorts of lifestyle activities and rewards. We're going to share some more of this with you. Now, here's the thing. We call the company iBoomerang, right? Why? Because we boomerang. So what does that mean? I want you to think about what a boomerang is. And I'm going to share this with you now because we're going to talk about customers. So what do? We toss boomerangs, which simply means we toss goodwill. We toss goodwill in the form of travel savings. Now, what does a boomerang do? When you throw it out, it has to come back. If a boomerang doesn't come back, it's not a boomerang, it's a stick. So our boomerangs come back. Let me give you an example. Our ambassadors recently pulled this resort up on their iGo platform. Remember, ambassadors get the lowest possible full discounted price. So this resort in the Riviera Maya, actually in Cancun, the public price was $1,046, but our ambassadors saw it for a 41% savings, saving $424 for a total of $621. Boom. But our ambassadors invite their friends to share in these savings. Let's say you have a friend that wants to go with you. So you send them a boomerang, which is simply a free customer code. That's all it is, a free customer code. They then see that same resort at the same public price of $1,046. But their savings, instead of 41%, their savings would be 20%. So they would see it for $834. Now, are they happy? They're not happy. They're thrilled. You sent them a free site and they saved $212. Boom. But what happens? What happens? See, then you sent them a boomerang with $212 in savings, but then the boomerang comes back to you with $106 in a travel savings bonus. And then that's 50% of the remaining savings. And then another 35% goes up through the compensation plan. So let's talk about a very simple customer acquisition model. The culture we're developing at iBoomerang is that every ambassador will develop a minimum of 10 free customers, 10 boomerang customers. That's the culture. And on average, your customers will take one vacation or multiple mini vacations with average annual savings of $600. So 10 customers would cumulatively save $6,000. And those 10 boomerangs come back to you year after year with travel savings bonuses of $3,000. Remember, iBoomerang isn't making any income claims or guarantees, showing you what's possible, showing you an example. Do you see that all of that had nothing to do with building a team? That was solely based on customer acquisition. But some of you may want to build a team. You may understand the power of leverage. And while that 50% in travel savings is nice, but you may understand that the 35%, the smaller piece, but of a lot of people helping acquire customers, can really be beneficial. So let's talk about a team building model. Well, let's say you and a few friends develop a team of 50 travel savings ambassadors. Remember, the culture remains the same. So every ambassador will develop a minimum of 10 free boomerang customers. So 50 ambassadors becomes 500 customers. And just based on that 35% going up through the compensation plan, that can average an annual income of over $20,000 to you. Again, every time I mention income, I'm going to bring up that disclaimer. You know, we're not making any claims, any guarantees, showing you what's possible. But here's what I want you to see. Every penny we've discussed has been based on customers. Let me take that further. All of your ambassadors can leave. They can retire. They can go to the beach. But your customers stay, so your income doesn't go down. Why do your customers stay? Because they're saving. Unlike all the old model, where the average customer lasted 78 days because they're paying more, your customers are paying less, which means they'll be with you forever. And even further, no matter what iBoomerang introduces, you haven't spoken about it. Remember, we spoke about the PRIB, the perpetual residual income builder? Well, as you develop customers, no matter what vertical we introduce, the PRIB talks to your customers, and no matter what your customers do, you get paid. That's the power of the Prib. But you know what? I'm not even going to go further until I see power of the Prib. Start putting it in the chat. I want to see it on Zoom, on Facebook Live. Power of the Prib. I want to see it. I'm telling you, I'll stay here as long. Beautiful. Power of the Prib. So no matter what vertical. Now, it happens to be that one of the fastest growing segments of the entire travel industry is rideshare, right? Think about it. How many of us take ride shares not just once a year or twice a year or even once a month or once a week, but many times a week? So iBoomerang is introducing Vibe Rides. Welcome to the next generation of rideshare. See, we said iGo is the front door of the Prib, and through that front door, we've developed 500,000 customers. But now the Prib goes to work, and all of those customers who partake in any of the other verticals, you get paid. 3 years from now, 5 years from now, who knows how many verticals we have. But for now, we are introducing Vibe Rides, the next generation of rideshare. We're starting in a few cities in Texas and a few cities in Florida. This is going to radically impact the rideshare industry, because think about it. There are over 98 million rideshare passengers, over 5.3 million drivers, and it is smoking. It keeps growing because why? Because rideshare, that doesn't just have to do with riders and drivers, of course, drivers, but drivers, when they're involved in rideshare, can start to transport anything, and the industry is booming. So welcome to the next generation of rideshare. We call it R cubed. R cubed. See, with Vibe, we allow you to earn 3 ways. Of course, you can earn when you drive. And the rideshare companies have done an amazing job of helping people enter that self-employment mode where people can earn while in business for themselves. So of course you can earn when you drive. But now imagine developing a fleet of drivers, a fleet of cars without purchasing a single car, and earn when others drive. And further, how about referring customers and earning when customers ride? It's R cubed. It's the next generation of rideshare. See, Vibe Ride is introducing some new features because we're allowing you to choose your vibe. I want to say that again. You can choose your vibe. Let's say you want it set at 72 degrees when you get in that car. Well, set your app to 72 and boom, you're going to get into a car that's 72 degrees. You may want a certain music playing when you get in. Those of you who know me know exactly the music I'm going to have playing. You get into that car and boom, the music you want is going to be playing. You may be a woman that wants an extra safety feature, so you hit girl power on your app and boom, only a female driver will pick you up. Vibe Rides is shifting rideshare. Now, there are 5 ways to earn. And rather than go through all this, I just want to share what those 5 ways are. Of course, a driver who drives will earn through Vibe Rides, but there's also somebody who referred that driver and he will earn or she will earn as well. And then there are people who referred that person. We call that the drive share pool. And those people will earn. But there's also a customer in that car, and somebody referred that customer. That's the 4th way to earn. And then there are people who referred that rider, and we call that the ride share pool. That's another way to earn. So 5 ways to earn. And by the way, every single ride through Vibe Ride will nourish a child through the Boom Foundation. I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. So why are so many people answering the question, do you boomerang, with a radical yes, I boomerang? Here's why. It's because the economy at I boomerang, it's just different. See, the world says in order for you to win, somebody else has to lose. What we say is in order for you to win, somebody else has to save. So we're just simply inviting you to come along for the ride. Share. What do we have? We have Boomerang smart codes. This is coming very shortly, where you're just going to give a customer a code, whether it's a customer code for the iGo, for the driver, or for the rider. They will all customer code recipients will go to igoboom.com, and the codes are smart. They're going to take you to exactly the right landing page, whether it's iGo Travel, Vibe Driver, Vibe Rider. Now check this out. Every single activated customer nourishes a child through the Boom Foundation. I mentioned I'm the chief giving officer of the Boom Foundation. The generosity that starts at the top of this company through Holton and Erlene Buggs, it transforms people. We had a goal by the end of 2019 to provide 1 million servings of proper nutrition to some of the most vulnerable children in the world. And check this out. We didn't hit that goal. We crushed it. And by the end of 2019, we had provided over 4.4 million servings of proper nutrition to some of the most vulnerable children in the world. Boom. Thank you to every iBoomerang ambassador. Powerful. Now, this isn't going to make sense to those of you who are seeing the iBoomerang presentation for the first time, this brand new Fast Start Accelerator bonus. So here's all I want to say about it. Normally, under ordinary circumstances, it would take 10 personally introduced ambassadors for you to maximize this bonus and capture all 7 levels. But Holton Buggs understands the environment we're in, and he wants to get more cash out there. So check this out. He has created a promotion. It takes 2. I want to see that all over the chat, all over Zoom and Facebook Live. It takes 2. Write it right now. Hashtag it takes 2. What does that mean? It just takes 2 personally introduced ambassadors, and you maximize the Fast Start Accelerator bonus and capture all 7 levels. We also have a dual team bonus, and all that simply means is you have 2 teams that are one on your left and one on your right, and the dual team bonus will pay you between 10 and 20% of the lesser side based on rank. Now, how do you get in? How do you get involved with iBoomerang? Everybody starts the same way. Standby, $49.95 and $49.95 a month. You get a Boomerang customer site, 5 boomerangs to send. Now here's the thing. You may not like doing what I'm doing. Guess what? That's okay. We have these 7 days a week, and beyond that, we have created what we call the I Decide interactive presentation. It is the simply stated, and those of you who know me know I just don't hype. I do not like hype. I won't hype. The I Decide is the most powerful presentation in the history of direct selling. Wow, that's a heck of a claim. I stand by it. I am standing by that. Okay, once you're in at standby, what do? You choose a package: coach, business class, or first class. Coach, what do you get at each one? At coach class, you get the iGo wholesale travel booking platform that has hotels, flights, and rent-a-cars. At business class, we add cruises. And at first class, you get the iGo platform that has it all. Everything we have, you have. Of course, the hotels, flights, rent-a-cars, the cruises, those homes, tens of thousands of those luxury curated homes, those weekly stays, that's going to be available to you in the first class package. Boomerangs, those free customer sites that you get, those free codes you get to share. At Coach Class, you start with 10 boomerangs and capture 50% of the travel savings bonuses on hotels, rent-a-cars, and cruises. At Business Class, you capture 25%, you start with 25 boomerangs and capture 100% of the travel savings bonuses on hotels, rent-a-cars, and cruises. And at First Class, you start with 50 boomerangs and capture 100% of the travel savings bonuses on all eligible travel and activities. Remember, we spoke about that dual team? At Coach, you start at 10%, at Business Class, 12%, and for doing the same amount of work, at First Class, you start at 15%. Coach is a one-time $250, Business Class is a one-time $500, and First Class is a one-time $1,000. Now pay attention. All three of these packages have a monthly subscription of $99.95. What do you get for that $99.95? Four things. First, you get 10 additional boomerangs, those free codes to hand out to customers every month. Second, your iGo platform, which, by the way, we have seen it, a lesser version sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Remember, we spoke about value that regulatory agencies all over the world are looking for? Well, we can show you a lesser version where people have no opportunity to earn, selling for tens of thousands of dollars, and you're getting even the top one for $1,000 and less than $100 a month. And for that $100 a month, not only do you get 10 additional boomerangs every month, those free customer codes, but your iGo platform stays active for you to book as much wholesale travel for you and your family as you like. Third, because you're paying $99.95 a month, all of your customers, no matter how many you get, they are linked to your site and they are forever free. I want to say that again. Understand there's obviously a cost to the company, right? There's hosting fees, etc. But no matter how many customers you get, they will forever be free and linked to your site because you're paying $99.95 a month. And last, no matter what iBoomerang introduces, you don't speak to them. You let the Prib go to work. But because you're paying your monthly subscription, no matter what your customer buys, you get paid. Boom. Now, before I close, I want you to understand this disclaimer one more time. iBoomerang isn't making any income claims, any guarantees. It's going to really be up to you. It's going to be up to how hard you work. What do you do now? Okay, what do you do now? Now, you get started. You get back with the person who invited you onto this Zoom or Facebook Live, and don't even have them ask. Let them know how you want to get started, whether it's Coach, Business Class, First Class. You know, we're living in an amazing time right now. I really believe that we are going to see greater levels of gratitude, of compassion, of kindness rule the day. I mean, we have an amazing opportunity right in front of us to be kind, to be the light, to be the example. So I want to encourage you, get back with the person who invited you onto this call. And I want to encourage you, let kindness and compassion rule the day. My name's Peter Hirsch. I'm the Chief Giving Officer of iBoomerang and a Blue Diamond with the company, and I am so excited to be the first person to welcome you to iBoomerang. Look forward to seeing you on the beaches of the world. Have a great day.
When I look at iBoomerang and how big the opportunity is, I compare it to the giants in business, not the giants in network marketing. I've watched Uber I've watched Amazon, I've watched Airbnb, and I've watched them take an unlimited approach to encompassing the entire world and be able to have the entire world participate in their mission. And iBoomerang is no different. You know, travel is something that's huge. It's $8.7 trillion every year, and that's only one component of what we'll be able to do.